Went up downtown. Went up downtown. Went up downtown. I want to save my soul. Went up downtown. I went up downtown. Went up downtown. I save my soul. I save my soul. I save my soul. I save my soul. Save my soul. Oh, child, save my soul. Save my soul. Save my soul. Save my soul. Oh, child, save
All right, folks, welcome back to another exhilarating night of Westfield baseball. My name is Evan Cummings. I am joined by, nobody today. We'll probably get producer Alan here on the mic at some point, but tonight we have a great matchup in store. It is the 16-10 Westfield Shamrocks hosting the 19-7 Roncalli Royals. Now, the Roncalli obviously looking for their 20th win of the season. The Rocks just looking to start the sectional week on a high note. Right now on the bump, as we get the warm-up pitches going, we have Andrew Nicholson, which is kind of a surprise, but folks, we are going to experience what we call here at Westfield a staff day. So at some points, just to get the guys warmed up for sectionals, we'll see Ty Anderson, Jacob Culp, Seth Nana, Colin Lindsay, and of course the starter Andrew Nicholson in preparation for the sectional game on Saturday. Colin, I was talking with him earlier today, and he said he just wants to work on some stuff that he's been dealing with all season behind the plate, and I guess he wanted to get that done early before he goes out and throws, if he throws. We don't really know how many guys we're going to see on the bump. We could see, 1 or 10, you never know. We probably won't see Nathan Bodenberg because we saw him on Saturday. We probably won't see Preston Tam or Ian Wilson because we saw all those guys on Saturday. But Andrew Nicholson will be starting today, and we will definitely see a whole lot of guys on the bump. And it's going to be a wild day of baseball as number 14 for the Royals is warming up near the on-deck circle. Dylan Henry, the designated hitter. No stats have been posted on Roncalli's Max Preps, so we're just going to go off of, game stats and what he does in the game to start off with. All right, warm-ups are done. The mound visit between all the infielders is happening, and we are getting ready for hopefully a good game in the Rocks' favor. Nicholson gets ready to pitch to Henry. First pitch of the last regular season game here at Shamrock Field. Outside, ball 1. Nicholson struggled with locating his fastball, which is what that pitch was. Here's the 1-0 to Henry. Another fastball high, ball 2. Nicholson's control on certain pitches and on certain pitch types has been very good this year, his off-speed especially. Here's a 2-0. Fastball just low, and it'll be ball 3. We want to start off this game hot, especially for the Rocks, coming off a 14-4 loss to Jeffersonville on Saturday. As the fourth pitch thrown and ball 4 just high. So that will put Henry on first. And up to bat, Sam Roeder. Correction, it's Rader. As Nicholson picks off first base. Henry back easily. Beautiful night for baseball here. Just a little bit warm, though. A tad warmer than all the players would like. First pitch to Rader. High and inside, ball 1. That's 5 consecutive balls for Andrew Nicholson. He has not thrown a strike yet. As the second pitch thrown low and in the dirt. Good block by Lindsay, and that's ball 2. 6 consecutive balls now. As Nicholson steps off just to get back in his rhythm. He's got to find it first. As we see walking to the bullpen, Ty Anderson with Ethan Calling in tow. Here's the 2-0, and that's a strike. First one of the game for Nicholson, and it's 2-1. Nicholson looking for his first strikeout here. As the pitch is drilled into left field. Rader going to first, Henry rounding second, Rader rounding first, And Henry going home. The cutoff man, the throw, not in time. And Roncalli starts off with a 1-0 lead thanks to an RBI double from Sam Rader. Now batting for the Royals, Maddox Hayworth, looking to get an RBI just like Rader did. And not a great start here by Andrew Nicholson. Obviously, I have a feeling a lot of these guys are just going to go one inning and done. They don't want to overwork themselves before the sectionals. But it's certainly not a good way to give up early runs like that, especially in the earlier batters. First pitch to Hayworth. That'll be a hit by pitch. Hayworth was hit, and so that'll bring up Tanner Hudspeth, number 22, playing first base today. As Bunnell, an early mound visit for the Rocks. It did seem like Nicholson was in a pinch to get out on the bump, as he's now being taken out for Ty Anderson, it looks like. Yeah, I mentioned it was going to be a weird and wacky day, and 4 batters in, Andrew Nicholson comes off the bump. And we're already seeing the ace in Ty Anderson being put in. This is quite bizarre, folks. I wish I was making this up, but this. I would like to call this last regular season game shenanigans by Bunnell and the Rocks. Obviously, you never like a situation where there's 2 guys on early, 1 in scoring position, and you're down by 1. As I feel like we could take a little bit of a short break here. 1-0 early on in the top of the first. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network. Back here from Shamrock Field, it is, as I said earlier, 1-0. Roncalli leads early after a Sam Rader RBI double. He stands on second, and then Andrew Nicholson got pulled after he let up a hit and earned run, did not strike anyone out, walked the first batter, Dylan Henry, and then hit Maddox Hayworth with a pitch. And now we see Ty Anderson, who has just been a very good ace for the Rocks this year. His first pitch to Tanner Hudspeth is actually a pickoff attempt that will get by Braden Hibbler. But Tyler Gentry and the center fielder Caden Lindsay are both there to back him up, and that'll keep the runner at second. As there's some technical difficulties up here in the booth with the PA music. That'll pause the game temporarily. Anderson this year so far is a 1.32 ERA. He's 4-1 as first pitch to Hudspeth is high and inside. That's chin music, folks. Ball 1. And it looked like it shook up Hudspeth. As Anderson looking to just get warm before sectionals. He has not pitched in about a week, as the first pitch will be a soft grounder to third base. Ian Wilson will step on it for the first out and throw over to first for the second out. Great play there. Great play recognition by Ian Wilson. And great scoop there by Matt Drozlik to get a double play for the Rocks here early on in the first inning. As now up to bat, we see Parker Doherty. As Doherty steps out, allowing both pitcher and catcher to kind of catch their breath a little bit. 2 outs here in the top of the first. 1-0 Roncalli. Ty Anderson trying to mitigate the damage here. First pitch on the way. Dang near a check swing, but umpires say he did not go, and it's 1-0. Doherty waits for the pitch. Anderson winds. Swung on and missed. Strike one. 1-1 count here with 2 outs in the top of the first. Anderson looking to just get an inning or two under his belt before the sectional game on Saturday versus HSE, which that'll be a good one. It was a great series, which the Rocks swept the Royals. The 1-1 to Doherty. Swung on high into shallow foul territory. Ian Wilson's under it. He calls for it, and he's got it for the third out. Rocks mitigate the damage after that early double that led to an RBI, but they'll be at the plate starting with Braden Hibbler, then Eli Manbeck, then Colin Lindsay. Whenever we get back, you're watching the Westfield Sports Network. All right, we are back here from Westfield, Indiana. Bottom of the first, 1-0 Roncalli. The Rocks looking to put some early runs up on the board. On the mound, we see J.J. Prendergast for Roncalli. Doesn't look like he's thrown the hardest, but, you know, that's up in the press box. Down in the field, it might be a different story. Yeah, I just thought I'd, start or come back a little bit early just to talk to you guys, say what's up. Last broadcast of my high school career, I'll have to say. I was supposed to broadcast with Aidan McNally, but he had some work to attend to, so you guys got me tonight and me only. I mentioned that we might try and get producer Alan on the mic, which we'll get him on later in the game depending on how close of a game it is and stuff like that. But just thought I'd say what's up. We talked about the Rock sectional, how they're playing HSE on Saturday, but we haven't really talked about Roncalli's sectional yet. As they look to start off hot with a game versus Southport on Saturday as well. They are favored in that matchup heavily, and I see why. They just play baseball. They play baseball very well. And Southport, not having the best season overall. They're 6-17, 1-3 in conference play. So I feel like Roncalli is a pretty easy matchup there. But focusing on this game, the leadoff batter, Braden Hibbler. Braden Hibbler so far this season leads the team in batting average, hits, and RBIs, batting .366 on the year with a home run against Avon in the second game of that series. First pitch fouled back. Got a piece of it, but we want all of it. As Ty from Dude Perfect likes to say, you got a piece of it, but we want all of it. Second pitch to Hibbler. Inside, and it hits him. Free 90 for the Rocks here early, as they already get a base runner. The Rocks love their free 90s, especially Seth Nan in the dugout, always chirping the free 90. And you don't want to walk that guy right there, Braden Hibbler. He leads the team with stolen bases with 14. He's second on the team with 14. And he has a hefty lead right now. Eli Manbeck bunts up the middle, and the pitcher fumbles it. He might get there, and he does not, but he advances the runner. So a sack bunt for Eli Manbeck as the runner advances to second, and that will bring up Colin Lindsay. Lindsay with 16 RBIs on the year, batting .269 with 21 hits and a home run in his second HSE game. looking to get another RBI to his already team-leading 16. The first pitch to Lindsey from Prendergast is swung on, and into left field it'll drop. They're going to send Braden Hibbler home. Hits the cutoff man, and it is not in time. Braden Hibbler scores. Tie ball game, 1-1. First hit of the game provided by Colin Lindsey. The RBI single puts the Rocks on the board and ties the game 1-1. Now bringing up Evan Russ, arguably one of the best hitters on this team. If he's not first in every category, he's dang near. Batting .312 with 25 hits, 16 RBIs, 8 doubles, and a home run. In that Center Grove game, which came at this field, which is notoriously hard to hit a home run at. The first pitch will be singled into right field. They're going to hold Colin Lindsey up, and back-to-back singles for the Rocks. Just a phenomenal way to start this game for the Rocks. Now up to bat, Matt Drozlik, the hefty first baseman. Drozlik has a home run this year in that second HSC game where he and Colin both homered. First pitch will be looked a little bit inside, but they're going to call that. So it'll be strike one, 0-1 count. Already this game has produced some very good action on both sides, the defensive and offensive side of the ball. Here's the 0-1 to Drozlik. That's going to be swung on into left field, and that will get down for another single. They're going to hold the runners. Bases loaded for number 24, Nick Alm. A great display of hitting here early by the Rocks. And it could be a Rocks lead by the end of the inning. There's a little mound visit between the infielders. Nick Alm, this season so far, has had a pretty good, batting clip. Batting .211 with 8 hits, 7 RBIs, 15 walks, which is something to look for, especially with runners in position and only 1 out. You can afford either an out or a walk here, both at which Nick Alm is very good at. He's one of the most controlled and open-minded players at the plate that I've ever seen. First pitch to Alm, he will fly out to the second baseman, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Sorry, second out of the bottom half of the inning. And now up to bat, Ian Wilson. The only kid on the team with a Yeet walk-up song, believe it or not. It's a great song. Good choice. First pitch to Ian Wilson. That will be singled into right field. That'll bring in one. They're going to wave Russ around. He's going to try and get home. And he does. He gets under the catcher. 2 RBI single for Ian Wilson. Puts the Rocks up 3-1. An amazing performance of hitting so far by the Rocks. And a 3-1 lead going into the second inning. Now up to bat, we see Tyler Gentry. Again, a tough walk-up song by Tyler Gentry. Sauce It Up by Louis Vert. I'm a big fan. First pitch to Gentry, paints the outside, and that's strike one. Runners at first and second. It's Matt Drozlik at second, Ian Wilson at first, and Tyler Gentry at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, strike two. Blue behind the plate said he got a piece of it. So it'll be a foul tip technically, and it's an 0-2 count. Tyler Gentry really good with runners in scoring position as of late, and all time, he's just one of the better clutch hitters. Here's the 0-2 to Gentry. I say that, and he strikes out. Just my luck, but that'll end the inning. 3-1 after 1. The Rocks lead here at Shamrock Field. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network. Here we are back at Shamrock Field. Rocks, after one inning, lead 3-1. We see Ty Anderson again take the mound. I don't think he's gotten a full inning yet. He might be at a pitch count, but I'm unaware of that, pitch count, that pitch limit for Ty Anderson. So we'll just act like he's going to go this whole inning. As I said earlier, Rocks lead 3-1 after some clutch hitting in the top and the middle of the order. We saw Eli Manbeck with the sac bunt, Colin Lindsay with an RBI single as the first runner takes the plate. That'll be number 9, Hayden Scott, as Ty Anderson throws the ball in the dirt. Ball 1. Here's the second pitch to Scott. Low again, ball 2. That's some hitting out of Westfield that we haven't seen in quite some time. Just the consistent singles, which is what we need to win ball games. Here's the 2-0 to Scott. Paints the outside corner, strike 1. A very good changer, as Seth and Alexis say. Here's the 2-1 to the center fielder. That'll be drilled foul way past the bullpen, and it'll be 2-2. Ty Anderson looking for his first strikeout of the game. The 2-2. Got him swinging. The dugout screamed sword, and it was. That's what Ty Anderson does best. That off-speed is his friend on the outside edge. Just got him leaning and swinging for the first strikeout. Now with the bat, Drew Nelson, the third baseman in the 7-hole. As this one will be up and foul. Ty Anderson looks a little disgusted after that pitch. Maybe disgusted with himself. He's not a player that gets in his own head so often, as the 0-1 will be way outside for a ball. Anderson winds up for the 1-1. That'll be low and in the dirt, ball 2. We see him working on his fastball a lot. He hasn't thrown a whole lot of off-speed pitches, which I guess he's trying to work out his fastball for the sectional game as the 2-1 delivers, and that'll be high and deep into the left field. Manbeck's under it, and he's got it. Tough catch in the sun for sure, but a great catch by Eli Manbeck, as that'll be the second out of the inning. We are back here for some second inning action, or bottom of the second inning action, I should say. Up to bat, CP3, Caden Lindsay. Although his number is 6, we call him CP3 down in the dugout. And then we're at the top of the order again with Braden Hibbler, the shortstop. And then Eli Manbeck, the bunt god himself. We saw Prendergast for Roncalli struggle early on, giving up 4 hits and 3 runs. And let's see what Caden Lindsay can do. He just turned 16 on Saturday. I don't know if Rowan mentioned that or not, but a belated birthday to Caden Lindsay. It's actually Nick Alm's birthday tomorrow. So shout out Nick Alm, early little birthday, shout out. So let's see what the center fielder for Westfield can do. Here's the first pitch to Caden Lindsay, and that's inside, and it hit him. So that's the second hit by pitch for Prendergast, as you gave the fastest kid in the lineup, arguably, a free 90. Obviously not by design, but still. Now up to bat, the same batter that was hit in the first inning, Braden Hibbler. Hibbler on one of his first pitches was hit. First pitch to him is high and outside, ball 1. Caden Lindsay on first. He is a force to be reckoned with on the base paths. Prendergast winds. Here's the 1-0. An absolutely disgusting looking off-speed pitch, and it's 1-1. Dropped that right in the middle, dropped it in the breadbasket, and that was the first strike of the inning. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. Caden Lindsay goes on a wild pitch, and now we have a runner in scoring position. Another free 90 that Prendergast has given up. Check swing they determined that Braden Hibbler did not go. And it's ball 2. Hibbler just adjusting himself. Prendergast getting the signal from the catcher. He's getting ready. Prendergast delivers. Hibbler swings on the off-speed pitch and fouls it back for the second strike. Hibbler's known to foul back off-speed pitches. He's surprisingly on time. He's very well disciplined on off-speed pitches. Not a lot of guys on the team can say that. The 2-2 to Hibbler. Another foul ball, this time on a non-off-speed pitch on a fastball. Count remains 2-2 with 0 outs in the bottom of the second. Braden Hibbler looking for his first hit of the game. The Rocks' 5th. Here's the 2-2 to Hibbler. High and over the middle. It'll be a full count. Prendergast struggling to find the zone early, regardless if it's an off-speed or fastball. Full count to the shortstop. Caden Lindsay goes, and that'll be a ball 4. I don't know if it hit him or I don't know if it was a ball. Regardless, Braden Hibbler is trotting his way to first base. Runners on the corners now since Caden Lindsay did steal third for Eli Manbeck, who does like to sack bunt. I believe I put in my game notes he's a bunt machine. Batting .357 on the year with 20 hits, most of which are bunts, 3 RBIs, which is why he's the bunt god. He just likes to advance the runner. Plus, he's very fast. First pitch, strike, got the outside edge. In the first inning, he did sacrifice bunt Braden Hibbler to second base. Let's see what he can do with the 0-1. As there's a pickoff move to first, not in time. Hibbler scurries back. As Prendergast still getting the signal from his coach. He has a wristband on, which I don't see a lot of players doing that. They have a wristband with all the signs. As another pickoff move. It's a good move, and they got him. They caught Braden Hibbler stealing, and that's the first out of the inning. That's one of the first times that Braden's got caught stealing this year. It has to be the second or third, maybe. So now things are looking a little bit more favorable for the Royals. As the infield is in for Eli Manbeck. They obviously know that his reputation is bunting. Here's the 0-1 to Sticks. Swung on and missed. He does have a really short and compact swing, and that ball was coming in there just a little bit high, and Eli Manbeck just swung a little low, so that'll be the second strike of this at-bat. Here's the 0-2 to Manbeck. High and outside. 1-2. Rocks wearing their Rock City jerseys tonight. Some of the best looking uniforms, I think, in the conference. I guess you could call these our City Connect jerseys of Westfield. Here's the 1-2. Swung on. Drop strike 3. Making sure Caden Lindsay does not go. And he drops it. Caden Lindsay running home. The tag is not in time. And off of an error, the Rocks score. The first baseman dropped his glove and the ball, allowing Eli Manbeck to stay on first and Caden Lindsay to score. Now up to bat Colin Lindsay, who did have an RBI single. We could see a similar story here. Here's the first pitch to Colin Lindsay, and that's fouled back. Pardon if you heard any of that in the background. That was Braden Hibbler. Just a little frustrated that he got picked off at first. I would be too. It looked pretty close. Here's the 0-1 to Colin Lindsay, and it hits him. Eli Manbeck was going, and he gets a free 90, as that's the third hit by pitch tonight that Prendergast has thrown. As now up to bat, a man with a surprisingly tough walk-up song, granted that I can't understand any of it, Evan Russ. If you were ever attended a game in person, you would know exactly what I'm talking about with his walk-up song. Russ has a single so far in this game, and he's looking to add. First pitch is low and outside, ball one. Runner in scoring position, a fast runner at that, Eli Manbeck on second, and on first, Colin Lindsay, who's a very smart base runner. Not sure if he's the fastest on the team, but he is smart. Prendergast looks back, deals. Apparently a little high, but that looked over the middle to me, but I won't judge. It's a free ball, and it's 2-0. Russ so far, he's top 3 in a lot of batting stats, in average and hits. Eli Manbeck goes. It's a double steal, and they do not get Eli Manbeck. He had a good lead. The double steal works, and now there are runners on second and third. The coordinated double steal, as now 2 runners are in scoring position for Evan Russ, who does lead the team in RBIs with 16 on the year. The 2-1 to Russ, that was a strike. He took it. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Great pitch there by Prendergast, and it's 2-2. Prendergast just takes a while each inning to find his stuff and find the zone. Here's the 2-2 count to Evan Russ. Swung on and fouled back, extending the AB, extending the pitch count is what we like to see. It's 4-1 here in the bottom of the second. As I look over to the dugout, and I'll mention this after this pitch. Here's the 2-2. This one is lined into center field. Center fielder's got it. Both runners tag up, Colin Lindsay and Eli Manbeck. Shortstop fumbles the ball. Does not matter. Eli Manbeck will score, and Colin Lindsay will advance to third. So it's 5-1 here in the second inning. The Rocks are just playing ball, and that's what we like to see. It's raw, authentic baseball. Back-to-back multi-run innings early on in the game is what we like to see. Now we see Matt Drozlik up at the plate. Last time by, he had a single. First pitch to Droz is low. Ball one. Colin Lindsay stands on third base. In this situation with 2 outs, there is no such thing as a sacrifice fly, but a single or an error will do. The 1-0. Wild pitch, gets by the catcher, and Colin Lindsay will walk on home. 6-1 Rocks in the second inning against a 19-7 ball team. You could not ask for a better regular season finale so far. Now Matt Drozlik with the bases clear. 2-0 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. The 2-0, high and outside, ball 3. So Prendergast looking at yet another walk. The 3-0 to Drozlik. Low, ball 4. That's Prendergast's, I believe, second or third walk of the night, as the HSC pitching coach will come out and have a couple words. We don't see anyone warming up right now, as Nick Alm steps up. First inning he flew out, but This inning with a runner on first. Not a whole lot of pressure, even though there is 2 outs. I apologize for my earlier statement. I did say HSE, but it is the Royals. Both these teams, the HSE Royals who we're playing on Saturday and the Roncalli Royals tonight are the Royals, so pardon me. Just because I have a couple years experience doing this doesn't mean I'm perfect. No one is. The Roncalli pitching coach came out and had a chat with Prendergast. Now Nick Alm, the hefty righty, some call him, steps in. The designated hitter right now. The catcher, come time if Colin Lindsay pitches. He flew out in the first. Let's see what he can do with Droslik on first. First pitch right down the heart of the plate, and that's a strike. Warming up on the on-deck circle is Ian Wilson. He has a 2 RBI single in the first. Second pitch to Alm is outside, and that's ball 1. Prendergast, you're probably wondering he's probably saying to himself, where did I go wrong in this game? It's just very disciplined hitting by Westfield so far. Third pitch to the at-bat is a ball. That looked a little high and inside. 2-1 now to Nick Alm. Droslik gets notorious big leads at first. They're Droslik-sized leads, I'd say. As the fourth pitch will be a strike right down the middle. 2-2 count to Nick Alm. It's the 2 situation all over again in the second inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Prendergast will deliver to Nick Alm. Here's a quadruple 2 pitch. Low in the dirt, ball 3. If you're Nick Alm here, do you swing because of the lack of consistency from Prendergast and the great discipline, the great plate discipline from Nick Alm? He almost leads the team in walks. If he doesn't, he's sure close. He's top 3. Here's the payoff pitch. Nick Alm will foul this into the Roncalli bullpen, or just, I'd say just west of it, or just east. And the full count still stands. Prendergast trying to get out of another below average inning for his standards. The 3-2. Low and inside, ball 4. The third or fourth walk from Prendergast tonight. And that'll put runners on first and second for Ian Wilson, who had a 2 RBI single in his first at-bat. Here's the first pitch to Ian Wilson. Low, over the heart of the plate, ball 1. That was in the dirt. Prendergast has already had a long game already. I would say 40 pitches maybe, as the second pitch to the at-bat is a strike down the heart of the plate, maybe just a little bit to the right, and it's 1-1. Wilson with a very aggressive batting stance. Wiggles the bat a whole lot. Here's the 1-1. Inside, but it called a strike. Looked inside and low, but that must have been painted. That ball must have painted the corner like Maddox. I'm not comparing Prendergast to Greg Maddox by any standards, but that was a very good pitch. Here's the 1-2 with 2 outs. That one is going to be chopped and hit into right field. They're going to send Matt Droslik home. Cutoff man misses and obviously gets the out. Droslik was just a couple feet short of the plate. A great throw by the right fielder, and Prendergast escapes with only 3 runs allowed. Great fielding there. A great piece of hitting by Ian Wilson to just stick his bat out there. But not much you can do. At the end of 2, it is 6-1 Rocks, as we will not go to break. Informing my producer Alan that we will not go to break. We are going to watch Jacob Culp warm up for the first time in quite a while. Culp has been dealing with some back issues, among other things, as he will see the mound for the first time in a while. He's 2-3 on the year. His last appearance was Friday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, against Zionsville, where he had a pretty bad game. I even feel like he would say that as well. The final score is 12-2 in that one. Zionsville won. He let up a couple bombs that game. It was not very good. In 64 pitches, he had 5 strikeouts, 6 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 home runs allowed. Quite unlikely that we'll see that bad in numbers again, but it's the first time in almost a month, in I'd say 18 days, since we've seen this kid. So we will see. He's been rehabbing that. This is kind of a rehab inning. I believe if I were Benell, I'd put him on 20 pitches here. We don't know if he's going to be starting sectionals or not. We've heard rumbles that Ty Andy might. We've heard rumbles that Jacob Culp might. It's really how Ryan Benell and this Rocks pitching staff, whatever they see fit, they'll go with on Saturday. Culp's pitching stats. He has a 4.30 ERA, 27.2 innings pitched, 24 hits, 17 earned runs, tied with Ty Anderson for strikeouts. I believe Ty Anderson has the lead now since he struck out 2 batters. 34 strikeouts. He has a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio with 17 walks on the year. Let's see what happens here. First pitch way outside. Up to bat is Rudy Shutley. Here's the 1-0. Looked a little inside, but they're going to give it to him. 1-1. That's a great fastball. He usually sits in the 90s, high 80s. In a rehab start, he might not get to his 93 that he's famous for. Another strike by Jacob Culp. One-two count. The dugout chanting strikeout video boy. And it's a ball. Looked like it was low and maybe a little bit inside, and it's 2-2. Shutley playing left field certainly has had a little bit of action from the Rocks offense today. Here's the 2-2 from Culp. In the dirt, ball 3. Loaded count now for Culp. If I had to guess, I'd say he goes with the all-reliable fastball here. The 3-2 to Shutley. Culp delivers. Swung on and fouled off. Shutley regains himself, gets back in the box, and Culp delivers for another payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Culp with his first strikeout since May 5th. Now up to bat, Dylan Henry, walked in the first inning by Andrew Nicholson. As Culp faces the heart of the order here, or the top of the order, I should say. First pitch, right down the middle. It zipped on by him. 0-1. The dugout says, "Sir, do you want to come inside?" He says, "Nope, just looking." Here's the 0-1. I wanted to say nasty, but I've been told that saying nasty is not really the MO here anymore up in the booth. So a very disgusting and filthy pitch by Jacob Culp for the 0-2 as the third pitch nearly hits him. Dylan Henry nearly got a second free 90 on the night. And it's 1-2. Culp. Ooh. A check swing there, but the umpire says he did not go, so it's 2-2. His off-speed, his sliders have been absolutely grotesque. 2-2 to get the second out of the inning. Culp delivers, and it's a high foul ball, but it's way out of here. Probably on the tennis courts, which are in a short proximity here from the baseball field. As Henry's extending the AB a little bit. As Henry calls time. Culp's still ready to pitch. Here's a 2-2 from Culp to Henry. Swung on up the middle. Right to Tyler Gentry playing second base, and to get the out at first. Great defense there. The ball kind of hopped over the pitcher's mound a little bit. It was a soft grounder, but Gentry got there just in time to make the play, and there's 2 outs. Now up to bat Sam Rader with an RBI double in the first inning. Here's Culp's first offering, right down the middle. Got him looking, and it's 0-1. Culp looking for his second strikeout of the night. Here's the 0-1. Fastball hit right to Ian Wilson. They work on this in IO, and they got out at first. Great defense here by the Rocks early to hold the Royals to just 1 run through 3 innings. Coming up here in the bottom half of the third, we will see, I believe it is Ian Wilson, Ty Gentry, and Kane Lindsay. I might be wrong in there, but we'll see here in the bottom half of the third. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network. Back here from sunny and unseasonably warm Westfield, Indiana. Your Rocks lead 6-1 after 2.5 innings. Going into the bottom of the third here, they're going to try and run rule them and get out of this heat very early. All week long, we've seen some alumni come home. I've seen Matt Morris, Cade Robinson, and most notably, Big Q, Quentin Markle. I know he doesn't like being called Quentin, but that's his God-given name. Q was out here taking some reps before IO even started. This was about 4 o'clock local time. He took some reps here at third base, and he was looking pretty good. I believe he's playing at Butler. So a big congrats to Big Q. Now up to bat Ty Gentry, who's overrun with a strikeout. He was the inning-ending strikeout, but he gets a single here. A leadoff single for Ty Gentry, as the Rocks get their first base runner of the third inning. Now, coming up to bat is Caden Lindsay. First time around, he was hit by a pitch, so hopefully he can maintain that level of productivity, even make it even more with a single, double, or triple. We'll see what CP can do, though. After this, we're at the top of the order for the third time for the Rocks in just 3 innings. First pitch to Caden Lindsay. High and maybe a little outside. It looked pretty over the plate, but it was high, so it's ball 1. Prendergast struggling tonight. Second offering to Caden Lindsay. Swung on and fouled back into the fence, and it's 1-1. As something very interesting is happening here. Besides the pink monkey in the dugout gifted by one of the JV coaches, Mr. Davis, we're seeing a foul ball chase between the 2 dugouts, and that keeps the dugouts in the game. Westfield is currently hosting as the 1-1. A bunt attempt by Caden is fouled off on the first base side. Westfield has already chosen their 5 or 6 JV players to dress for sectionals, And so they're just having him chill in the dugout, kind of getting adjusted to the varsity dugout life. But they're having, I believe it's a different guy each inning because I see a different guy every inning. They're having him come out and race for foul balls just to get that mental victory. As the 1-2 to Caden Lindsay is, it's a dropped third strike. There's a little bit of confusion there. They're telling Caden to go, but Caden just walking back to the dugout as Tyler Gentry stole second. So there is a runner in scoring position for Braden Hibbler, who has a hit by pitch and a walk. So he has not seen a pitch to hit yet. Granted, he did foul off 2 or 3 balls in his last plate appearance. As Prendergast, I believe, got his second strikeout of the game. We know Braden Hibbler, one of the best hitters on this team, batting high 300s as the first pitch is right down the pipe and a strike. Might have been a little off the plate, but it sure was vertically sound. Prendergast finally starting to, it seems like, find his rhythm as there's a pickoff attempt. Did not get Tyler Gentry. They've all learned their lesson ever since that pickoff attempt at first that got Braden Hibbler out in the second inning. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back for the second strike of the at-bat. Hibbler so far, again, has not found a pitch to hit that he likes. And everything that he does like, he fouls off. So he's just trying to straighten one out and get this RBI in. Here's the 0-2. That looked inside, but they called it. A strike 3, third strikeout for Prendergast. As Braden Hibbler strikes out, looking. That did look pretty inside. I understand Braden Hibbler's obvious frustration. Now Eli Manbeck up to bat. He has a sac bunt, and then he reached to first on error. First pitch swung on an outside pitch. And it's 0-1. Manbeck with a sac bunt to advance the runner. That is obviously not possible now as the 0-1 pitch fouled back. That looked like it was going inside. That was a pretty good slider by Prendergast as it's 0-2 now with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Westfield up 5 runs early. Something that if you would have told me that these two teams would have met in the records and the playing style differentials, we would have been up 5 runs. It's crazy as the third pitch is fouled back and the count remains 0-2. I feel like in the 4th inning we should get producer Allen on. What do you guys say? So after we go to break, after this inning ends, we'll get producer Allen on. We'll just be talking as the 0-2 gets him swinging. It was a check swing, but Prendergast gets 3 strikeouts to end the inning here. 4 strikeouts on the day. As we'll see someone in the Roncalli batting order, I forget who, come up, and we will see some Roncalli bats after the pitching change. You are watching the Westfield Sports Network.
Save my soul. Went up downtown. Went up downtown.
Back here from Westfield as we got producer Alan on the mic.
Hello.
Alan, say hello.
Hello.
First time that you've been in a live commentating role, I think, in your life. Would that be a correct statement?
I think so, yeah.
So talk to me about your producer role here at Westfield. I know this year you've been a humongous part of our success, on and off stream, on and off podcast. Just talk to us about what you do here in the producer role.
I basically do everything technical. So I set up the streams beforehand. Make the graphic, put all the names in, it takes a bit, but it's all good at the end, and yeah, everything technical.
Culp is back on the mound for the Rocks as he steps off, looking for a pitch. We'll keep Alan on the mic here. We'll ask him a couple more questions. We'll talk. Here's the first pitch from Culp. Inside, strike one. Got him looking. Hayworth had nothing there. The 0-1 to Hayworth. Same pitch, just different result. It's a called ball, and it's 1-1. So, to anyone looking to broadcast next year, show their talents next year, what would you say to them?
Get involved, because we need help next year, because next year's my last year, and then I need to find at least two or three more producers.
Yeah, you need to find your replacement. Yeah. The last pitch was a ball. It's 2-1. That one's a strike, a very good off-speed pitch, and it's 2-2 now for Hayworth. Yeah, we're certainly short-staffed this year. We've had a lot of solo games, which is hence why I'm doing a solo game. Part as the fifth pitch of this at-bat will be grounded to first. Culp throws it over to Drozlik, and it's an out. So I believe that's the third straight ground out for Jacob Culp in this game. I guess he wants to go as long as he wants, but he has to be on a pitch count, I would assume. So one out here. Hudspeth in his first plate appearance, ground out. Let's see what Culp can do to him this time. First pitch, inside, off speed, and that's ball one. Yeah, producer Allen, we all have a good time here on game days as that pitch is fouled off on the third base side and it's 1-1. We have a lot of fun up here in the broadcasting booth. So, during football season, I might get some taking used to the whole dynamic.
Yeah.
Especially if the Jumbotron people are still going to be in there doing the same thing.
Yeah.
What people don't know is during football season, as the third pitch will be a low ball, we were in the same press box space as the Rock TV people, and they would still be talking in the background, and sometimes you could even hear it.
Yeah.
Even last year, during that sectional game against HSC, as this one plunks Hudspeth, high inside cheese, just lost control of it, hit him high in the shoulder, near the neck, obviously unintentional. Culp's just a little wild like that. So that'll put Hudspeth on first. As now we will see Parker Doherty. But yeah, going back to my previous comment, we shared space with the Friday night crew that does the Jumbotron, and they get a little loud sometimes. So
yeah,
that does get frustrating, but I'm not sure that they're doing that next year. I would talk to A-Strike about that. I would talk to A-Strike if you're interested in this broadcasting opportunity. If you're a freshman, junior, sophomore,
anything,
incoming freshman, as the first pitch swung on and fouled back by Doherty. As it looks like Blevins from Westfield wins that little battle. Doherty today is 0 for 1 with a flyout, but the 0-1. Pickoff attempt, not in time. Hudspeth is speedy there at first base. He knows that base all too well. He plays first base. So now assuming the true 0-1 pitch. Another pickoff attempt. This time did not get him. Back-to-back pickoff attempts by Culp. I guess he needs to practice that some before the sectionals. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, but called the strike. 0-2. The Rocks with 6 hits on the day. Roncalli just 1. Provided by Sam Rader, who grounded out earlier this inning. Here's the 0-2 from Culp. Pitch. Inside off speed. Ball 1. You know, Alan, you can talk.
I know.
Just letting you know. There's a reason why he's behind the scenes, folks.
Yes.
He doesn't have a whole lot to contribute here, but you know, it's nice to have you on. It's nice to make you feel included.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Culp retires his third batter, or second, I should say. As up to bat is Hayden Scott, the center fielder, who did strike out, who was Culp's first and only strikeout, or I guess not. There's been a lot of strikeouts so far by Culp tonight. I say second, but according to me, there's like 4. There's someone warming up in the bullpen right now that looks like Seth Nana. We might see him next inning. Just trying to get ready for sectionals. That's what the staff day at Westfield is. That's what today is. As Culp's first offering is high fouled. Droslik racing for it. Now Colin Lindsay racing for it, and Colin Lindsay drops it. A tough catch to make for sure, but a catch that could have been made. So that will still be a strike. It's 0-1. Scott struck out the first time. Culp looking to repeat. Ain't that right, Alan?
Yep.
What are your thoughts on Westfield baseball this year? You've seen a lot of home games. What are your thoughts?
I don't.
Pickoff attempt did not get in time.
I feel like we're really strong this year.
Really strong. In the sense of hitting or pitching.
I'd say sort of a combination of both, but I'd say maybe more on the well, I mean, based on this game, in the first couple innings, hitting.
As there's a great throw to second by Colin Lindsay. They got the runner going, and that'll end the inning. A scoreless inning in the books. It is still 6-1 Rocks. Thank you, Alan, for joining me up here in the commentary. You're still going to be in the booth, but you know you just want to have a headset on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Alan, and we will
Thank
get you
you.
back with bottom half of the 4th inning baseball here from Shamrock Field.
You are watching the Westfield Sports Network.
I'm trying to find new adjectives to use to describe Westfield tonight. I've used hot. I don't think I've used breezy, so we'll go with breezy. That's a part of my senior quote, stay breezy and go Rocks. It's a little breezy tonight. Not the flags don't really show it out in center field, but earlier it had a nice breeze. It was a nice cooling breeze. As we see Colin Lindsay step into the plate for the 3rd time tonight. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. He did get hit by a pitch his last time up. Let's look for a productive AB here from Colin Lindsay. His last game on this field as the first pitch will be a low ball. This will be the last game actually that his father, Bill, who is standing at first base, he's the first base coach, himself and his brother, Caden Lindsay, who plays out in center field, will spend on the same field together on this field. They obviously have the sectional game and any game after that, but as the second pitch is fouled off, and it's 1-1. Lindsay, he's been on fire today, and that one's fouled back, and he's frustrated. It was a sarcastic little break the bat over the knee type foul ball. He's had a caught stealing. He's also had a single. He might throw an inning. And the fourth pitch of the at-bat gets him. It looked a little low. It looked a little bit inside, but I'm not the one standing right behind home plate, so who am I to judge? That'll be Prendergast's 5th strikeout. Colin Lindsay's first of the game. And that'll bring up Evan Russ, who hit a single and had a sac fly. First pitch to Russ, right down the heart of the plate and a strike. Looked a little slow to me, so that was probably an off-speed. Russ has been it's kind of a running joke. He's been struggling to hit the breaking ball this year, as this one will be hit into center field. Will it get down? Yes, it will. The second single of the day for Evan Russ. He's now 2 for 3 on the day. And now there's a runner on. For Matt Drozlik, who is 1 for 2. Sorry, I was thinking. I was trying to think of a word to say. I wasn't just trying to talk gibberish. Matt Drozlik is 1 for 2 today with a single and a walk. So let's see if he can repeat this success of productive ABs. First pitch, outside, ball 1. That might have been a pitch out, but Russ did not go. He's not exactly the fastest guy on the base paths. Here's the 1-0 to Drozlik from Prendergast, as there's a pickoff, not in time. I guess Russ does actually look intimidating over there at first. Here's the 1-0 to Matt Drozlik from Prendergast, and another pickoff attempt. Which game was it that Fishers, thank you, Alan. It was Fishers that, it was the second game of the Fisher series where they were just picking off. It was Russ. They were picking off Hibbler like crazy. They picked on Russ, though. As Russ actually does go, there's a strike, and they're just going to let Russ get into second. And Matt Drozlik is out. And he has to go back to first. I'm not sure what that was, but that negates the stolen base. That negates Matt Drozlik even ever being at the plate. And now Nick Alm at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a walk. Looking for his second productive AB in a row here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th, as that pitch is very well placed. Dropped right in the Easter basket, even though Easter was like a month ago, and it's 0-1. I'm trying to be productive. That's the team's goal, is productive. And Russ goes back to first. Scary's back to first after a pickoff attempt, which was not successful. And the count remains 0-1. It was Manship that had the little crush on Evan Russ that game. I believe that's what I said. I think he said he had a crush on Evan Russ. And it does actually look like Prendergast has a crush on Evan Russ over there at first, because that's what, his 5th or 6th pickoff attempt, something like that. Here's the 0-1 to Alm. Evan Russ goes as it's fouled off, and that will send Russ back to first, where he'll probably get picked off. Or there will be a pickoff attempt. I'm not saying he will get picked off. I'm saying there will be a pickoff attempt. As now it's 0-2 to Nick Alm. He's in a peculiar situation with 0-2. He's very good and controlled at the plate. He's very calm. But there's 2 outs. And that'll be strike 3. Got him swinging. That'll end the 4th inning. 6-1 Rocks. Still, we have not had a run scored since the bottom half of the 2nd. Hopefully that stays the same at least for another half inning or so. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network. We are now seeing our 4th Rocks pitcher of the night. Welcome back to the Westfield Sports Network. I don't think I've always outroed us out from that, but I don't think I've ever welcomed us back. So welcome back to the Westfield Sports Network. You're watching, or rather listening to, Seth Nana warm up. Seth's ERA this season so far has been pretty good, 4.88. He's 4-0. 28.2 innings pitched. That's top 3 on the team. 27 hits, 20 earned runs, 33 strikeouts. He has a 1.83 strikeout to walk ratio, which is very good. Anything above 1 is what you want. And he's looking for another successful outing. As we're seeing some lineup change. Never mind. I thought I saw Ben Wasserstrom at second base, but that's still Ty Anderson. I thought we would have seen a lineup change. Oh well. Now up to bat, Hayden Scott, who struck out in his first appearance. Nana's first pitch of this outing will be swung on and hit into center field for a base hit. So not obviously the way that you want to start for Seth Nana. As one of my most loyal viewers, my mother, has just asked me to shout out Max Preps, which I should have done such a long time ago. Thank you, Max Preps, for supplying me with all the stats. Obviously not for Roncalli. That's on Roncalli, but that's not on Max Preps. Max Preps is such a useful tool for all broadcasters if they want to broadcast high school sports. As Nana's first offering to Drew Nelson will be caught by Eli Manbeck in left field. That'll be the first out of the inning. Seth Nana's first batter retired. As now we see the pitcher, J.J. Prendergast. Pickoff attempt at first, not successful. The first pitch to the pitcher, from the pitcher. Say that 5 times fast. First pitch, low, ball 1. Prendergast struck out the last time that he was up. See what Nana can do here with a 1-0 count. Another low ball, and it's ball 2. Nana, surprisingly, we've seen this earlier on in the season. He doesn't miss low a whole lot, so I wonder if he's trying to pitch low just for the sake of sectionals, for the sake of adding that to his arsenal for later on in the season. Here's the 2-0 to Prendergast from Nana. Just kidding, it's a pickoff attempt, and that will not be in time. I believe Droslik might have dropped the ball. Here's the 2-0 from Nana to Prendergast. That'll be dropped in there for a strike. In the words of Ian Wilson's Instagram post, it was not a fastball. That looked like a off-speed. If you know, you know. Go follow Ian Wilson. Here's the 2-1 from Nana. High and outside, ball 3. Nana trying not to let 2 runners on here early on in the 5th inning. As this game's just scooting on by. It is 7:30. We're about an hour 30 in to this game. As a runner fakes the go, this ball is hit very well into left field. That has Manbeck going back. It's a tough catch, but he caught it. And it looks like Scott will get back to first. So another fly out of the inning. The second, I should say, of the inning. Now Rudy Shutley up to bat, who struck out his first time. Nana looking for his first strikeout of the game. Pickoff attempt at first did not get him. Nana's move has changed. I feel like he has a couple different moves. He either gets into his motion for the pickoff or he just straight up, while he's getting the sign, just picks him off. First pitch to Shutley it looked like it was high, but I mean, Shutley is not the tallest person in the world, so he might have just been ducking for cover, and it's 1-0. As we said earlier, Shutley struck out in his first at-bat. Here in a second, he's already at 1-0, as it's a ball, and Colin will just let Hayden Scott do whatever he wants on the base paths. That's not like Colin Lindsay, but it was a low pitch and it was in the dirt, so that'll advance the runner, Hayden Scott, with a stolen base here in the 5th inning, and it's still 2-0 to Shutley. The 2-0 swung on and fouled off on the first base side. That was a tight swing. As Nana's going to try and strike out this left fielder, or get this left fielder out so we can move on. If we score 4 runs in the bottom half of the inning, it's over. Given where we are in the lineup, that may or may not happen, but we'll see. It's Westfield baseball. You never know. The 2-1 to Shutley. Swung on into center field. Caden Lindsay looks like he's there, and he is. That'll end the inning. Actually, end the first half of the 5th inning, I should say, not end the inning. I wish it would have ended the inning. We're just trying to get through this here, you know. We're all trying to go home. It's a hot night, but it is 6-1. Westfield still leads after giving up 1 run in the first. We have not given up a run since you are watching the Westfield Sports Network. Back here from, I'm going to use meteorology terms from now on, and I'm going to be a meteorologist for just a little bit while the pitcher's warming up. So currently right now I believe it is 82 degrees and sunny. The sun is coming from the third base side, which means it would be the west. Correct me if I'm wrong. My cardinal directions are correct. Looking on to Memorial Day weekend, obviously Saturday the sectionals at Carmel, but Carmel and Westfield weather are basically the same. So Saturday we have beautiful weather, 77 degrees, pleasant with clouds and sun with just a 13% chance of precipitation. That is just fantastic. And then Sunday, the 500 day, 78 degrees, times of clouds and sun, 19% chance of precipitation there. If you're going to the 500, it's going to be a hot one. Last year was hovering around 80 degrees, so it'll be just a little bit cooler. And then Memorial Day on Monday, 79 degrees, mostly sunny and pleasant. So we're looking at grill weather all weekend. We're looking at, smoker weather, barbecue weather. We're just looking at a fantastic weather weekend. Thank you for letting me be a meteorologist for just a short little bit. Now we see Ian Wilson with my favorite walk-up song ever on this team. Ty Gentry's is good. He has sauced it up, but I like System by Yeet a lot. I helped him change this walk-up song personally, so this resonates a special spot in the bottom of my heart. Let's see what the 7-hole can do. First pitch, swung on high and fouled out on the first base side. 0-1. So far, Ian is 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI single, and then a single that was a fielder's choice that ended last inning. The second offering is outside and low, ball 1. Prendergast, low, and it looked like it hit Ian Wilson, but it might have touched the dirt first. And so that'll be 2-1. Prendergast 5 strikeouts on the day so far, which is pretty impressive given that he's given up 7 hits and 6 runs. Third pitch from Prendergast is high and quite frankly inside, but I think Blue was calling it for the high. It is now 3-1. The 3-1 swung on and into the bullpen. Actually, that's probably towards the batting cages. That hits off the batting cages, which are just outside the field on the first base side, and it's a full count. Prendergast looking for his 6th strikeout on the day. Ian Wilson looking for his 2nd hit on the day. Full count, swung on into center field. It's a lazy pop-up, can of corn right to the center fielder for the first out of the inning. Now my second favorite walk-up song on the team, Tyler Gentry, Sauce It Up by Lil Uzi Vert. Great song. I would highly recommend listening to it. I digress, though. I would say third is probably the Adonis interlude by Colin Lindsay with J. Cole. That was a great walk-up song as well. Here's 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Gentry's first at-bat, and it's a single. He's actually Myco 2, and he's trucking for 2. First pitch he saw is a stand-up double for Tyler Gentry as he T-poses and wiggles his hips on second base. The T-pose is not new. We've seen the T-pose as a double celebration and a single celebration and even a triple celebration. But the wiggle of the hips is new, I feel like. So now Tyler Gentry is just a home run and a triple away from the cycle. As Caden Lindsay is up to bat as Prendergast steps off. Lindsay is 0 for 2 hit by pitch, and he struck out the last time. First pitch that he sees, though, will be a grounder to the second baseman. That'll advance the runner. As we see the top of the order again for the Rocks, Braden Hibbler. So, Caden Lindsay with 2 productive ABs on the day. He got hit by the pitch in the first one. Second one, he moved the runner from second to third, and now Braden Hibbler has a runner in scoring position. Braden leads the team in RBIs with 16, or his co-leader, I guess, with Evan Russ. He also ranks second in the HCC with on-base percentage with a .511. First pitch is outside, ball 1. How do I know this? Shout out Max Preps. They do all the hard work around here. I'm just the one who talks. Hibbler's 0 for 3 on the day, as that one is in the dirt, ball 2. Hibbler looking to score Gentry from third here with 2 outs on the bottom of the 5th. He has had 2 productive ABs today with a hit by pitch and a walk. I feel like I say productive AB a whole lot, but that's what this team is all about. They don't need to hit with power, as this ball is hit into center field. Hibbler is disgusted with himself as it's yet another can of corn right to the center fielder, and that'll end the 5th inning with the score 6-1. Your Rocks lead. They're going to look to finish this game off with Seth Nana on the mound here in the last 2 innings. You are watching the Westfield Sports Network, maybe, if Alan can get the transition. There we go. Raiders' first at bat, he had an RBI double, and in his second, he grounded out. So he's 1 for 2 on the day. And he's going to look to score another one here and inch the Royals closer to the Rocks' 5-run lead. The first pitch to Raider. Inside and low, ball 1. Colin Lindsay doing a job back there behind home plate. Good blocking, very good blocking. All the catchers that have played this year, Ethan Calling, Nick Alm, and Colin Lindsay, have had exceptional blocking. Here's the 1-0. This is be swung on high and fouled off out of the stadium, and it probably hit the utility shed about 100 feet southeast of the stadium. I'm trying to use my cardinal direction. And it's 1-1 to Raider as there's a quick pickoff move, and then the ball gets by Drozlik, and that'll advance Henry to second base. I will defend Matt Drozlik here by saying that was a very surprising pickoff move by Seth Nana. I guess he just wanted to try it for the sake of trying it, but Matt Drozlik did not look at all prepared for that pickoff move. As there's a little meeting now by Colin Lindsay and Seth Nana. May I remind you, top of the 6th, 1-1 count. Runner on second base now in scoring position. 3 hits to the Rocks' 8. Sam Rader, the shortstop, up to bat as he stares at Nana's 1-1. Delivery swung on and missed. The inside off-speed pitch gets Raiders swinging, and it's 1-2. Might I remind you guys again, Seth Nana looking for his first strikeout of the game. The 1-2 pickoff move, buckle my shoe, not in time. Didn't even get it out of his hand. Nana's just not confident. The 1-2 to Raider. Inside, ball 2. Almost, it looked like hit Raiders' foot. But another great block by Colin Lindsay to spare any free 90s. Nana pitches. Colin Lindsay tried to frame it, but it was a little outside and down. It'll be 3-2. Full count to Raider. Payoff pitch from Nana. Swung on high, pop up. Matt Drozlik going into foul territory. Says he's got it, and he does. Battled the sun and still got the out. That'll be the second one of the inning. First out of the inning, I apologize. Again, no one's perfect. And now up to bat will be Maddox Hayworth. He's 0 for 2 so far with a hit by pitch to ground out. Trying to have a productive AB here. Trying to move the runner. Pickoff move to center field, or to second base, I should say. But that ball, if Braden Hibbler did not catch it, was going into center field. And there was a tough collision there between the runner, Henry, and Braden Hibbler, who was making that play. Obviously, we know about Braden Hibbler's play style. He plays aggressively. He plays with passion. And it was nice and heartwarming to see the two shake hands after that tough collision and help each other up. Really shows that Braden Hibbler's growing as a player. Here's supposedly the first pitch to Hayworth. Nana delivers, swung on and missed. An absolutely dirty off-speed pitch, and it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 from Nana to Hayworth. 1 out. The top of the 6th. Another good pitch, and that's strike 2. I feel like I'm overselling these calls a little bit. I gotta relax, and I just gotta talk. I don't want to be like strike 3. No, like that gets annoying after a while. Here's the 0-2 to Hayworth. Nana with a dirt ball, a great dirt ball read by Colin Lindsay, and supposedly the dugout, and it's 1-2. Hayworth has gotten unlucky with a ground out and a hit by pitch, so he hasn't really gotten to see anything to swing on besides that one pitch that he grounded out. The 1-2 from Nana to Hayworth. Swung on, softly hit, and fouled on the third base side. Ian Wilson with a little good play there, but a meaningless play since it was fouled off. Also, shout out Chick-fil-A. This is not sponsored, but they got me with the pure honey packets. I suck on a couple of them game. It really helps my throat. It helps the longevity of my beautiful voice. So, shout out Chick-fil-A. Anyways, the 1-2 from Nana fouled off. I gotta give it to Maddox Hayworth. He has given Seth Nana a heck of a fight. I don't know if Nana's gonna try and go the whole way, but we'll see. Payoff pitch from Nana. High.
Come on, Maddox.
So ball 2, 2-2 count with 1 out in the top of the 6th. Runner in scoring position on second to Maddox Hayworth. Seth Nana delivers. Swung on, and it's high and shallow into right field. This is slicing foul. It'll stay fair, and the runner will not tag. Great catch by Evan Russ, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Nana still without a strikeout so far. He's going to look for his first year with Tanner Hudspeth, who's 0 for 2. For 2 with a ground out and a hit by pitch, if you find those stats useful. It was semi-productive last time with the hit by pitch, but he's going to try and be productive with a base hit here as the first pitch from Nana right down the heart of the plate, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 from Nana looks back, and Hudspeth calls time. The wind is almost completely gone away here, as if you were here, or if you are in the vicinity and you look to the center field flagpoles, they're not moving an inch, which means the breeze that they would be getting to cool the players off is non-existent anymore, and the players are suffering the sweltering heat as the second offer from Nana's fouled back, and it's 0-2. So a great opportunity for Nana to get a strikeout. Will he? We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? To end the 6th inning for the Rocks. Can Seth Nana do it with an 0-2 count? Let's see. Nana's 0-2 pitch. Inside, ball 1. I don't know why I keep trying to hype this up as a really meaningful at-bat. It's a 6-1 ball game. The 1-2 from Nana to Hudspeth to end the inning. Line drive up the middle, never mind. That'll be a single by Hudspeth. They're going to wave around Henry. The throw will not be in time. They won't even try and throw to home. And it's a 6-2 ball game now. So Tanner Hudspeth with an RBI single puts the Royals within 4 of the Rocks. The first run scored since the bottom of the second inning, and now we see Parker Doherty up to bat. He's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. And he does have a man on first. First pitch to Doherty from Nana. Just kidding, it's a pickoff, and it's not in time. And Coach Bennell is going to go out and talk to Nana. Dead space, one of the best parts of baseball. Commentator's favorite part because they can really just talk about whatever they want. Finished high school today. That was pretty fun. You guys will not be hearing me anymore from now on. I mean, I might make a couple guest appearances later on. As we see walking to the dugout, Ben Wasserstrom and Nick Alm. I doubt Wasserstrom would pitch in a game like this, but Nana's mound visit with Coach Bennell and Colin Lindsay is going on for a little bit here as they apparently leave on good terms from what the body language of Coach Bennell leads. So as Bennell walks back to the dugout, we will hopefully see a legitimate attempt at a first pitch here. But yeah, last game, bittersweet. I'm moving on to, I don't want to say bigger and better things, but that's kind of what it is at Ball State in their sports league program. Beyond blessed to have been accepted into that, and I'm ready to get to work this fall. But right now we're focusing on the 6-2 ball game here in Westfield, Indiana. First pitch, low, ball 1. Doherty has found pitches to hit, obviously with that fly out earlier. But he also struck out, so he's been on both ends of the spectrum. As the 1-0 from Nana swung on and fouled off. Strike 1. Player in the HSC dugout did not really make a play on it, even though he could have, which is a mental victory for the Rocks, I should say. It's a small mental victory, but it's a victory. The 1-1 from Nana to Doherty. Swung on high and fouled back, and it's 1-2. So might I suggest a strikeout from Seth Nana? It's like the 30th time I've said it, but if I say it enough, I'll hopefully manifest it. So we'll see. It's a 1-2 from Nana to Parker Doherty. Here's the delivery. Swung on high and shallow. Right back to Nana. But Ian Wilson's going to get it, and he does. Ends the top half of the inning. Gets by unscathed with just a measly 1-run RBI single. And now, hopefully for the final time, we will see the Rocks take the field as a hitter. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network. Back for one of the final times here from Westfield, Indiana. I did say back. Don't worry, it did not cut off. That was not producer Allen's fault. I just said back. Out of the blue random. I believe we are seeing the same pitcher. Yes, number 13, J.J. Prendergast. As due up for the Rocks, we have, I believe it is Eli Manbeck, Colin Lindsay, and Evan Russ, if I'm not mistaken. Manbeck is 0 for 3 with a sac bunt. He reached first base on error, and he struck out. As pinch hitting for Eli Manbeck is Drew Lau. Sorry if I made you deaf in one ear, but that's just the way that everyone says it. Drew Lau, the CrossFit trainer himself. He's a menace on the base paths. He has numerous stolen bases this year, and his batting average for a while was 100 or just perfect. So we'll see what he can do here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to Drew Law is high, so that'll be ball 1. We're hearing a lot of "I love you, King Julian" chants from the Westfield dugout. That's just a little weird, but it's the Westfield dugout. They're trying to keep themselves in the game. I don't blame them. And it's a 1-1 count. And it'll be now a 1-2 count after Law looked at a strike and then swung on a strike. So it'll be 1-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. As Law will pop it up into foul territory, and that'll get out. So he'll extend the AB for at least a little bit. Due up, we have Colin Lindsay and Evan Russ. If either of those two cats get on base, we got Matt Drozlik. This one will be lifted shallow left field, and it'll be caught by the shortstop. Just kidding. It was dropped. And so Drew Law will get a single. Great piece of hitting there by Drew Law, as he will just stand on first. He's one of the fastest people on the team, and that will bring up Colin Lindsay, who's 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI single, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout. So he's been everywhere. He's gotten his chance to hit. He's gotten a hit. He hasn't gotten a hit, and he's been hit by a pitch. So he's really been everywhere tonight. Let's see what he can do here with 0 outs at the bottom of the 6th. There's a pickoff move, but you're not going to pick off Drew Law because he's just that fast. If you couldn't tell what I was saying, the pickoff move was unsuccessful, as Drew Law will try and steal, and he will get to second base safely. Oh, my goodness. A lot happened there, folks, so I'm just going to recap it for you. Colin Lindsay is safe at first. He choked up. He about half swung, check swung, and it was a swinging bunt almost up the middle. There was some confusion on who was going to get it, and he reaches first base off of an error because the first baseman was off the bag whenever he received the catch. So now there are runners on first and second with 0 outs, and Evan Russ up to bat. As that will be Prendergast's last pitch, he will come out of the game. As we see a new arm in. Looks like it's number 12, Luke Green, the sophomore, going to pitch some out-of-conference games, or out-of-conference inning and a half, since there's 0 outs. As judging by his warm-up pitches, he is sidearm. So this will be a new approach for the guys, as we see 2 now designated runners. Well, we see a pinch hitter on base, which is Drew Law, and then we see a pinch runner for the Rocks for Colin Lindsay, the catcher, Austin Knott. A senior making his final home appearance, and I believe, junior in Drew Law. Junior or sophomore. So, pretty exciting stuff here in Westfield, Indiana, as the final home game of a lot of seniors' careers is coming up to a close in about an inning or so. We have this, and then if whoever comes in relief for Nana, or if Nana's going to finish the game, doesn't give up 4 runs, and it'll be over. As let me tell you, this Luke Green kid, I think this is the first time that I've ever seen a sidearmed pitcher in high school. Now, I did film a whole lot of Westfield games last year for their social media accounts and such. I might have seen a sidearm pitcher, but I'm not quite sure. So Now batting. Evan Russ. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Or 2 for 3, I should say. As Evan Russ hits one up the middle for a single. Drew Law is going to round second. And he will score an RBI single for Evan Russ. 7-2 Rocks. That is Evan Russ's third single of the day. As he is now 3 for 4 on the day. Whenever I do my post-game awards, which are new and only for this game, he's in consideration for MVP for sure. Now up to bat, Matt Drozlik is 1 for 3, as he will pop up into right field, and it'll be caught. Austin Knott will go from second to third. They'll tag up, and they will get him easily, and Russ will tag out from first as well, and he'll be on second. So there will be 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Evan Russ on second, Nick Ulm up to bat. Nick Ulm's 0 for 3 on the day, with a flyout, a walk, and a strikeout. He's going to look to be productive here as Luke Green steps off. The shortstop Raider was messing with Russ's head a little bit, but it's hard to mess with Evan Russ. It's hard to get in his head, as there's an actual pickoff attempt, and they got him. So Russ gets caught stealing, and that'll end the 6th inning. 7-2 Rocks going into what might be the final half inning here at Shamrock Field this season. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network. All right, we are back here from Shamrock Field for possibly the final time. If the new pitcher on the mound can shove these last 3 batters, the 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9, whatever. We are seeing some lineup changes. As I mentioned, new pitcher on the mound, Braden Hibbler. Yes, the shortstop. He's coming in to pitch. So far this year, he's pitched 4.1 innings. He's allowed 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and he has a 2.5 to 1 strikeout to walk ratio. Now you may be wondering, okay, well, who's going to take his place? That's Tyler Gentry at shortstop, and you might be wondering who's going to take Tyler Gentry's place at second. That's Ben Wasserstrom. No other changes other than that, and we are getting set for the 7th inning here at Shamrock Field. Lindsay signaling the 2 down. As Lindsay floats the warm-up ball to Tyler Gentry, and we will begin 7th inning action, possibly the last half inning at this field of all time for me as, I guess, a student at Westfield. A little, as I said earlier, bittersweet, but the show must go on. You'll have Rowan a lot next year. Rowan, Callie Stigler, Drew Taylor as well. So you guys are set in the broadcasting department in terms of talent in the months and years to come. Leading off this inning for the Royals, Hayden Scott, the center fielder. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. First pitch will be popped up to first base. Drozlik's calling for it. 1 away. Great play there. Great communication by Matt Drozdick, which is what we needed. Now the man that has flown out twice, Drew Nelson, the third baseman. After one pitch, there's one out. I always like that. Especially in the last inning of, hopefully the last inning of a game. First pitch, Nelson looks like he wanted to swing, but he did not, and it'll be 1-0. It was a high and inside pitch. Last regular season home game for the Rocks. As we've mentioned many times before, they'll play at not at HSC, but they'll play HSC in the sectionals. I'll talk a little bit more about this if I have time. But so far, the 1-0 to Nelson. Right down the middle, strike one. Beautiful pitch there by Braden Hibbler. The 1-1 from Hibbler. Low in the dirt. Ball two, but Colin liked it. Colin Lindsay pointed the glove at Braden Hibbler, which is, a sign of I like that pitch. The 2-1 from Hibbler. Swung on and fouled off. It's 2-2. Here's a 2-2. High, but over the plate. And I believe it's 3-2. Sorry, I made an oopsie. It is 2-2. Here's a 2-2 from Hibbler. This is grounded to third base, and that'll get in for a base hit. Got right past Ian Wilson and Tyler Gentry. The defense was there. It was a hard hit ball off of a hard thrown pitch. So that'll be a single for Drew Nelson, his first hit of the game. And now we'll see JJ Prendergast. I believe, no, we have a pinch hitter. I forgot that since JJ left the game, he is ineligible to hit. As Johnny Jaff will foul this one off to Ian Wilson. It was a grounder, though, so it doesn't count for anything, and it's 0-1. So Hibbler taking his time, getting reset after giving up a hit. That's Roncalli's fifth hit of the game. After this, assuming that it's a strikeout, it'll be Shutley, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Right now it's the 0-1 pickoff move, not in time. Nelson on first. He's known for stealing some bases. Here's the 0-1 from Braden Hibbler. That'll be hit into right field. Russ is under it. He's got it. Runner won't tag, and that's 2 down. 1 out to go before the win here for the Rocks, as we see the 9-hole Rudy Shutley up to bat. As we see the Westfield dugout get up on the dugout rails. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Can't get overhyped yet until that final strike or that final out is made. You cannot take anything for granted. Here's the 1-0 from Hibbler. Again outside, almost the exact same spot, and it's 2-0. Hibbler collects himself. Looks at Nelson at first. He's looking to steal almost. Another outside pitch, ball 3. If I were Braden Hibbler, I would just give him something to hit and let the defense work, just like they have all night. They've done a phenomenal job behind all these Rocks pitchers. The 3-0. Outside, ball 4. So they set them up all outside fastballs, and they were all just like that outside. Now we see Dylan Henry up to bat. He's 1 for 3 with a walk, a ground out, and a single. So he goes productive, not productive, productive. If the trend continues, this at-bat will not be productive. First pitch from Hibbler. Catches the zone, strike one. Caught the high outside corner, which was just phenomenal pitching there. Hibbler sets, pitches the 0-1. That one did not get the outside edge, and it'll be 1-1. Every pitch cannot be perfect. It can try, but it will not be perfect. No consecutive pitches will ever be perfect. Here's the 1-1. Low, but over the plate. Ball 2. 2-1. As time will be called and Coach Faust will be visiting the mound for Braden Hibbler and the Rocks infield. While this game wraps up and we are 2 strikes away from it being over, I would just like to give my thanks to everyone that's listened over the years. I've been broadcasting various sports, football, now baseball, for the last 2 years. Last year I was just trying to get used to the system, get used to the new dynamic of broadcasting. It was just something that I never thought I would do, but thanks to A-Strike and, Mr. Bruns, who has now left WHS, I've been granted some very good opportunities in the broadcasting world. And I'm extremely blessed. And I'm so excited to get to work at Ball State in their Sports Link program. Just thank you to everyone that's been supporting me so far. I'd rather get these thanks out now than at the end of the game, which could be soon. Let's get back into the game mode here, Evan. 2-1. Coming from Hibbler. Pitch. Swung on and missed. There's strike 2. Rocks are 1 strike away from clinching their 17th win of the season and their 8th, I believe, out-of-conference victory. Two from Hibbler. Delivers. Popped up, first base side. Matt Drozlik is under it. And that's your ball game. The Rocks defeat the Roncalli Royals 7-2 in 6.5 innings. We've seen a lot of pitchers pitch today. We saw Andrew Nicholson start. We saw Jacob Culp. We saw Ty Anderson. We saw Seth Nana. And at the very end, we saw Braden Hibbler. That will be it for this season. There will be another season of Westfield baseball next spring. There will be another commentator after me. This is my final game for you guys. So I would just like to say thank you to everyone. Have a good night. Your final score, again, from Shamrock Field, Rocks 7, Royals 2. Peace out, Westfield.